I'm at a total loss on what to do. If you're familiar with the story, you can skip to the update in the timestamp. I usually don't like sharing my problems with strangers, but I think I need advice that only this community can provide. This happened recently to me, so it's still fresh and I'm going through a roller coaster of emotions. To start, I've, 32 male, have been with my partner, 32 female, for 6.5 years. I've planned to marry and have kids with her, but life since the pandemic has put a lot of financial pressure on us that makes those things less than ideal until we can shore up our finances. She got fired 2 years ago, which led to her depressed state, which I tried my hardest to support and help her find a new job. Just recently, after getting fired a couple of times, she manages to land a good job, which I helped her get. I'm super proud of her. Last month, beginning of February, she gets into a car wreck which puts us into another situation of a downward spiral. She totaled it, but I assure her we have good insurance, but we had to wait a month for a car to come in. We couldn't get one sooner. I changed my schedule to night shift so I can drive her to work, but I couldn't drive her home. She starts at 3:30 p.m. to 12 a.m., and I work from 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. So unfortunately, I had to wait at my job for hours after dropping her off, but really no big deal for the support it provides her. She would rely on several people to drive her home, otherwise she would have to wait for me. This is where things get dicey for me. For the past month, one of the several people that helped her with a ride, she also hung out after work. She told me they went to a bar and had some drinks and talked about work. But really, she was going to his place. I had no idea until last Friday after she got off, she went to her friend's house for some drinks. A little bothered, but I didn't want to act controlling. She said she would only be a couple of hours, but it turned into 6 hours trying to contact her. She finally got back to me and told me she got drunk and passed out because she was tired. I was super pissed off because she put herself in a very questionable situation. She assured me nothing happened and they were just friends. Well, a week goes by, and I've been wanting to get closer to her because something felt off about our closeness, but she just seemed not interested. So, after work, she's home asleep and I did a really immature thing. I looked through her phone, and sure enough, she's talking about very explicit details about when they hooked up, and she sent him the same pictures that she had sent me that same night. And she has been telling this guy that she lives alone, so he has no idea who I am. My heart was shattered. This is the love of my life. I wake her up instantly and begin to ask, how could you do this? And she still tried to say I was misunderstanding things. Eventually, she came clean. She said she was dealing with an emotional trauma from being raped when she was younger by her family, and having sex with me brought that up. She has been feeling disinterested in sex for a bit, but I've been trying everything to make her comfortable, but she never shared it was because of her past. However, I knew about her past from when we started dating, but it was never an issue. She said the sex with this guy was with toys, and she wanted to be abused and choked, and she didn't want me to do that with her. I'm completely destroyed. I love this woman to the ends of the earth, but I feel so betrayed and broken. I honestly don't know what to do. Just yesterday, we went to Disney Springs to talk about everything more in depth because I wanted to understand her more. I don't want to disrespect her in a way and try to be understanding. We have been together for so long that I find fighting and being irrational wrong, even if I'm broken about the situation. I know I don't deserve this, but I truly believe her to be a good person, and I feel like she doesn't deserve this situation either. But she caused it. I feel like my love for her is blinding me to the pain she inflicted to the relationship and me, and I'm having a hard time trusting her after this. We did have a good time at Disney Springs, and I feel like she loves me, but I don't know if it's right. I don't know how to navigate unraveling our lives or even begin to work on things. As of now, she is still talking to this other guy because I guess she cares about how she misled him and wants to set things right. Our lease is up in May and we have to live with each other till then because we have nowhere else to go. Thank you for reading this long wall of text and letting me vent. I'm super confused about the direction of my new reality and my feelings because all I want is the best for her, and she's the only person in this world that I could count on for comfort. But I don't have that anymore. I'm all alone. Update. D-Day was about 3 weeks ago for me. I attempted to reconcile the relationship, but I just don't think it's going to work anymore. Since me finding out and me going through my emotional roller coaster, she would just tell me, I need to get therapy. Why are you sad about this? I didn't do it for the reasons you think. I'm sorry I hurt you. She does not want to talk about it anymore. I thought we were going towards a good path during my second chance with her, but she has moved to Snapchat to talk to the guy. Just this Friday, we were watching anime, and about 11 p.m., she got a message on Snapchat and left to go talk to him, and got drunk and didn't come back home till 6 a.m. She's telling me nothing happened, that I need to believe her, but it doesn't matter to me anymore. She just has no awareness how her actions affect other people, and I'm just along for this sick ride. We have to tell the apartment complex if we are staying or not by the end of the month, and our lease is up at the end of May. I was hopeful we could work things out, but she's unwilling to make a choice. Me or him. She thinks this guy's her best friend and he understands her. Well, you know what? F you. I'm done. I want to be done. But my heart keeps pulling me back from all the good times we had. How could she throw them away so easily? I have my backup plans activated. I know I do not want to live with this person going forward. She wants to start fresh and renew the lease and be friends and let things happen organically as the first time. But why should I torment myself while she is still in communication with this person? It's madness. She belittles my feelings whenever I try to talk about her hanging out with this person still is affecting me as a person. And she just tells me to grow up. Like, what the F? Anyways, I still have to live with this person until the end of May for being financially tied to this person and unable to afford the rent on my own. But I am terrified of moving past this. But I'm hopeful that getting away will make me better. I don't deserve this. Our first reaction comes from Scary Inspector 8315. Cut her off, dude. She is poison to you and has no intention to let go of the dude. She is a bona fide cake eater. Your girl is already dead, and someone else with the same face as her is there in her place. The OP replies, that's my plan. AP still does not know I exist, and I really want to shatter that false reality of hers. She wants to keep her friends separate from the relationship, but it's ridiculous. We have been together for too long. Anyways, a affair partner should know what kind of person she is. D Reddit Avenger chimes in, she just has no awareness of how her actions affect other people. She's aware, she just doesn't care. Don't be afraid. Yes, it will be hard, but staying would be a lot worse. This is a very common situation that lots of people go through. They all feel like you do now, but the vast majority overcome this and have great lives. You will too. Your willingness to leave shows that. One more quick one from Belth17. Mate, you should go and enjoy life too. Grey rocker and go out. Hang out with your friends. Have hookups if you feel like it. Don't let her BS ruin your life. Distract yourself. Go to the gym. See your family. Surround yourself with positive stuff. Moving on. My, 21, mom, 56, found my dad, 55, cheating. I invited her to move out. So my dad was the nicest guy you can meet. To me as a dad, he's the best. He does things extra miles. He's caring, loving, even takes my laundry and drive me wherever I need or ask. He cooks for us. Anyway, I can't honestly blame my mom because she has not been a very good wife and is treating my dad like crap this past few years, and I noticed that, but my dad remained patient with her. A few months ago, my dad brought home an old friend. He said they were high school classmates, and that the lady is already a widow, and is only visiting our place to find a new place to start with her kid. And my dad will show her our town. But then they leave, and well, my mom is not around that day for a few days. I ended up finding out that they did check into a hotel. And yes, my dad confessed. I was so devastated, like everything I knew about him is just a show or something. What a hypocrite, I told myself. My mom was crap for days, and I asked her and to move out. I told her I can buy a house for us, or even pay for an apartment, or any place she would want, right then and there. Anyway, I'm not bragging, but I kind of have some businesses, and I'm good at this with thousands in sales. Other than that, I have side jobs that I use for my school. I can basically afford to get a house. She was hesitant because our house is hers also. So I asked my sister who is living with us. She is older than me and is already a lawyer, but is hesitant to work this case or to ask my dad to move out. I was really insisting that we move out, but my dad is really crap this past few months, and he said he is very sorry, and he seems genuine, but I don't think as much as I believe him. Honestly, I don't think I can trust him again. Please don't cheat. It's the worst thing you can do. I honestly feel like me and my sister are not important for my dad, even though I know we are his life. Note: my mom had depression and suicidal thoughts history, so that's why I'm asking her to move out. I live in a dorm, and I'm always thinking about her. The reason I am asking her to move out is because I want her to be close to me so I can look after her. I told her I will look for an apartment or a house near my university, so we can live there. Edited. I already have an existing trust issues, but I think I'm at the edge of not trusting anyone. I started to doubt my own decisions lately, afraid that it might hurt my mom or the people I love, especially my sister and my mom. On to the next story. Just found out my ex-boyfriend is cheating on me with his coworker. I brought it up in front of all of his coworkers. Rant. Fake names, obviously. We were going out with his coworkers last night. Right as we got out to the bar, I saw a message on his phone that said, "My girlfriend is with me, so we can't talk about it, Claire." I immediately knew what was up. Cheating, obviously. I didn't say anything to him yet, because I had to go about this the right way. We went inside and met up with his friends and coworkers. They all introduced themselves to me, and when they asked what my name is, I told them, "Claire." Everyone kinda laughed, and I played it off and laughed with them. I told them I was just kidding, and then said my real name. My boyfriend immediately looked scared because he knew I knew. His best friend also looked nervous. I didn't say much to him the rest of the night. I just went on my own way to hang out with a small group of other girls and decided to get drunk and make my own fun. I ended up having a good time, had a lot of drinks and laughs, met some really nice girls. By the time we got home, my boyfriend was too drunk to talk about any of this. He ended up sleeping in his car, and I went inside and fell asleep in my bed. This morning I woke him up and brought him inside. I didn't get much of the story, but after a while, he just confessed to having a crush on his coworker, Claire, and trying to impress her. He said she doesn't pay attention to him though, so I told him, "That's embarrassing for you." He told me that she plays with our dog. He takes our husky to work, and always stops by his work section to see the puppy. After that, I knew all I needed to know, so I helped him pack his stuff. He's leaving today. He's taking our husky that we adopted together, the dog that he let a affair partner pet and play with while I was at work, the dog that I would sleep next to and get excited to see when they both came home from work. In all honesty, I'm really sad about the dog part of this whole situation. The fact that my, now ex-boyfriend was flirting with a girl and trying to use our dog as a way to get closer to some girl. The fact that the affair partner would cuddle up to my dog during the day and then I would do the same at night. I hope the dog is okay and I'll always love her. She's a good puppy. As for the boyfriend, he's trash. I know I can do better and I'm excited to upgrade. With love, Claire. Our first response comes from, "Sometimes I am lost. Sorry for what happened to you, but when you introduce yourself as Claire, classic. Just classic. Nice move. I would have loved to seen the look on your ex's face. You will certainly do better. With your wit and quick thinking, guys will be clamoring for you. Be sure you give yourself time to heal. It may take you long, but just take care of yourself. Best." The OP responds, "Haha, thank you. I decided to get some humor out of the situation. It felt like a good way to handle it in the moment without ruining my fun night out. I definitely need to take some time for myself now, but it will feel nice. I'm still 21 and I think I still have a lot to learn and experience. Looking forward to this next journey." Our next response comes from Diet Tab Soda. "Awesome, because you've done the right thing. If he's committed to you, he shouldn't have wandering eyes for anyone else but you. You are looking out for you. Best of luck." Next response coming from Lord Farquaad, 777. "My long-term partner said almost the same exact thing in regards to having a crush on a coworker, but that she doesn't pay attention to him. You can see it in past posts of mine. Reading your story hurts. We have 2 kids together and a dog that we adopted together. How did you know to end this? How did you know this was more than a crush?" The OP replies, "I'm sorry you experienced something similar. It sucks a lot. It was enough for me to know that he has another woman at work who he is trying to impress. That crossed a boundary in our relationship and he knows it. That's why he tried to hide it. And that's more than enough of a reason to leave him. He disrespected the relationship, and I'm lucky that I caught it this early and on. I'm hurting, but I also feel relieved that I know I can try to move on." One more story. One of the things I appreciated after being cheated on was the fact that the overthinking had stopped. The anxiety of thinking, does she still love me? Does she think of me like I do? Does she hate me? Is she tired of me? Am I bothering her? Am I being too selfish to ask her of her time? And much, much more had finally stopped because I had a concrete answer. It was a horrible answer, but now all you can do is heal. At least the anxiety and overthinking stops for me, so now I can focus on getting better. I'm thankful for my own strength that questioning my worth took only a small portion of my time. I know myself and what I did for her. I know that I am valuable and that her cheating was out of my control because she chose to do that. It wasn't because I didn't do enough. It was because she was selfish. So if you have been cheated on and you know the love you gave for them was priceless, but you're still questioning your self-worth, remember that it wasn't your fault. No matter what you do or how much you do for someone, a cheater will cheat. Be proud of yourself that you were an amazing lover and they weren't. You were only a victim. Victims don't cause someone to make crime. Criminals do crime because they just do. If you gave your all to someone, you loved them like no other, gave them the world or the universe, and they still cheated, just know that I am so proud of you. For loving the way you did, for the pure love you had, and for it to have been only taken for granted, I am so sorry to know that. I know how it feels, but I acknowledge your efforts. I acknowledge you even if the person who cheated on you doesn't. It hurts because you want the person you love to see those efforts. But who cares about their validation? A person who cheats is not respectable enough for you to want that. Our first reaction is from GhoulThrower676. Thank you for this. I was cheated on twice by 2 separate girlfriends, but the last girlfriend that did it broke me. It's been almost a year and a half since all that happened, and every so often, I still feel broken. So thank you for the words of encouragement. One more thought from, I don't know, that's what she said. This is so heart-wrenching, but amazing at the same time. There's something very calming about it after it happens. They can't hurt you anymore. And it is painful, but time heals.